I'm Judy Stiles. Thank you for joining us this week on Newsmakers. Well, it's the time of year often referred to as Girl Scout cookie time, and today we're going to find out about the annual cookie sales as well as local Girl Scouts. And joining me, we have Lori Enyart and Mary Parker, and both with the Girl Scouts of the Missouri Heartland. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
And we are recording this program. Your cookie sales are underway.
They sure are. The Girl Scout cookie program is in full swing. Right now, girls are taking pre-orders. Cookies will actually come in to our area offices on the weekend of February 13th, and then you'll start seeing the girls doing booth sales at local businesses. But right now, they are certainly taking pre-orders and gearing up to make their sales goals.
Right. And Mary, I know that you've had the opportunity to sell cookies in the past. Is this something you look forward to each year?
Yes, I really like it.
And what's the best part of Girl Scout cookie sales that you enjoy?
I like you get to meet a lot of new people and you get to learn like to be nice and people skills, business skills.
And those are important things,
goals.
Lori. When we talk about girls involved in cookie sales, you are developing different skills for the girls who are involved in the program.
We certainly are. As Mary mentioned, there are actually 5 skills that girls are learning through the Girl Scout cookie program. They're learning goal setting, decision making, money management, people skills, and business ethics. What a lot of people don't realize is the Girl Scout cookie program is the largest girl-led business in the world. Girls are becoming young entrepreneurs. They're starting their very own small businesses, and they're really learning how to be business women.
So those skills that you learn as a young Girl Scout, you can carry through for life.
Oh, they're going to stay with them for the rest of their lives.
Well, she mentioned goals. What kind of goals do you have for cookie sales this year?
I would like to sell 550 boxes.
So there's a lot of ways that you can sell those boxes then. So I'd like to talk about some of those different ways of sales and how you approach cookies. Of course, you still have the traditional way where a girl will have a piece of paper or an order form and you can fill those out.
Most definitely. As I mentioned, girls are taking pre-orders, which is where they're calling you or coming to your door and asking if you want to purchase a box of cookies now.
Right.
And then they'll come back and deliver those at a future date. They're also are going to be doing booth sales. That will begin the weekend of February 13th, just in time for Valentine's Day, where you'll see girls set up at booths outside local businesses selling the Girl Scout cookies. And then also this year we have the digital option or the online option. And that is an option where girls are learning about online marketing and ways to really market their business using social media and a variety of the internet tools. And that is where you're still going to a girl, where she's either sending you a direct link where you can then order your cookies online, or you can do what we call a cookie promise, where she sends you an email and shows you essentially her order card online, and you select what cookies you want, and then that goes back to her, and she'll then deliver those cookies to you.
Now, is this the first year this electronic version of orders has taken place?
It is. This is the first year for the digital cookie, where you actually can be sent an email link where you can order cookies directly online. The digital cookie has been around for a couple of years now, where you could actually do a cookie promise and do your order that way.
Well, tell me, Mary, how you're using this online program for reaching people.
I have been using it for a little while. I've sent emails to a lot of people and I've made some sales from mostly family.
Right.
I liked setting my goal up, and there are also activities you can do that use some skills that we learn.
So you're able to reach maybe family members who aren't in town, but you can send them an email and say, would you like to help me again this year? And so the people who order then through the digital cookie orders, are they going to then, how do they receive the cookies? How does that process of the program?
The actual digital ordering, where you receive the link and you actually order cookies that way, they're actually mailed directly to the customer from the baker. So the girl doesn't have to worry about the shipping and the packaging and all that. The baker handles that directly. There is some limitations with the online ordering. You have to order either a variety pack, which is all one of each of the 8 varieties of cookies, or a half of a case or a full case of one type of cookie. So with the newness of the program, they're kind of starting out small, and we'll see where it goes in the future.
But it's a new approach, a new technology playing a role in the cookie sales. Well, you mentioned your varieties. I know people are curious. We have the boxes in front of us. Let's talk about the types of cookies. Still the same choices this year than you had.
We do. We have 8 varieties again this year. They are the same 8 that we had last year. Everybody's favorite Thin Mints, then the peanut butter patties, the caramel delights, the Thanks a Lot shortbread and lemonades, and the cranberry citrus crisp. This is the second year with the cranberry citrus crisp, and it's a pretty tasty. We call it the breakfast cookie. We like it a lot.
So every once in a while you will have a new cookie like that enter the lineup of what you have.
Typically there's a new cookie that comes into rotation every 2 to 3 years.
So when you sell the cookies, do you have to describe them to customers? If they say, tell me what the peanut butter patty's like, is that part of your sales?
Yes, we describe a lot of cookies, and one time I think someone asked for a sample and we gave them one.
So, you know, people are familiar with some of the traditional ones that you've mentioned, but every once you get the new ones. And you mentioned the lemon, they've been around a number of years. Those new ones kind of take hold every once in a while.
They certainly do. The lemonades is probably becoming, and I think probably the fastest growing in popularity. In fact, I was telling you earlier, we have people from other councils that don't carry the lemonade cookie contacting us, looking for girls that they can connect with to order that cookie because they love it so much. I hear it's really great to put in the freezer and eat as a nice summer treat.
Nice, cool summer retreat.
Definitely.
Well, you mentioned other councils, so for our audience, let's explain what we mean by the Girl Scouts of the Missouri Heartland. We're in Joplin, Missouri, so this is covering the southern part of Missouri?
We actually cover 68 counties in Kansas, Oklahoma, and the state of Missouri. So essentially, if you think about the central part of the state, the southeast part of the state, and the southwest part of the state, that's all of our council for Girl Scouts of the Missouri Heartland.
And since our broadcast signal does go across the state line, you're reaching those Girl Scouts in Ottawa County, Oklahoma, across the state lines.
Exactly.
Carrying through those lines. So the council has a lot of troops, a lot of people involved. Your troop is meeting here in the Joplin region?
Yeah.
So you have the Joplin representatives working together. Does your troop have a goal for a number of cookie sales? You have an individual goal. Does your troop work together for goals?
We would like to make about $500 to $600 because we are going to donate some of our cookie money to Camp Minahama, and we are also saving up for a trip.
Have you set a goal for where you'd like to go on your trip?
Not really.
Okay. But have those funds so you can decide on where you'd like to go. Is this common among troops that you'll have all the girls working together? The part of the proceeds help the girls, but they also help the troops.
Exactly. 100% of the proceeds from the Girl Scout Cookie Program stay local, whether it's benefiting the council, the troop, or the individual girls. And most of our troops do set a goal, as Mary's troop has, of something that they want to do. And a lot of times it is something where they are giving back to the community. You know, our mission of Girl Scouts is to build girls of courage, confidence, and character who make the world a better place. So service is a key component of what Girl Scouting is all about.
So you're going to give some of your money then to the work that's being done at Camp Minahama.
Yes.
And that's something I know, Lori, we've talked about in the past on the program, that locally there are people working together to help improve that camp. That's an ongoing program for the council?
It sure is. There's a group called Friends of Camp Minahama, and they are working diligently to make improvements to the camp here in the Joplin area. And in fact, our board of directors just this past November voted unanimously to continue the plan for their year 2 priorities. So I look forward to seeing the good work that the volunteers are doing here in the area.
And it must be rewarding to see the girls having that interest to say, we'd like to use some of our money to help that camp.
Oh, it's so exciting to see the girls giving back. You know, the outdoor experience is so important in Girl Scouting. It's a huge part of what Girl Scouting is about. In fact, we've got our summer camp brochure out now on our website, and registration for summer camp starts in February. So it's a really great time for Girl Scouting, and girls love the outdoors, so it's great to see the girls setting goals to give back.
Now, the money that the girls are able to gain, or the cookie credit, I guess we call it, from selling the cookies, are they able to use that for helping pay for camp?
They sure are. It is called Girl Scout Cookie Credit, and it's essentially a gift card, and it's for the girls themselves to use for anything that they want to do in Girl Scouting, whether it be go to summer camp, pay their own membership, buy their own uniforms, attend any of our council events. There's a variety of ways the girls can spend their cookie credit.
Well, Mary, we're talking about camp, and I'm curious, you have gone to Girl Scout camp?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about the camps you've gone to.
I've been to the horseback riding camp at Minahama, and I've been to a summer camp at Camp Finbrook.
And these camps are multiple nights where you spend nights in cabins or tents? Or?
Yes.
And so how does that help you in the summertime to be able to do, these are things you're able to do with other friends from the troop and other people?
Yes. I get to make a lot of new friends, but usually there is someone from my troop there.
So you're able to go with a friend, someone from your troop. And since the council covers such a large region, Lori, you might have people from Joplin, but they'll go to the camp over by Springfield. So they're able to go beyond their backyard to go camping.
Oh, certainly. We actually have 4 opportunities for summer camp for girls all across our council, or girls from other councils, honestly, who come to our camps. We have Camp Minahama here in the Joplin area, Camp Finbrook in the Rogersville, Springfield area, and then on our east side of the state in Wayne County, we have 2 camps, Camp Latonka and Camp Cherokee Ridge. Each camp has different unique features that will attract a variety of girls for different reasons.
Right. So you can explore, and you say you have gone to Camp Finbrook over closer to Springfield for some of the activities from this region. So, and that information for someone who's watching is available through your website if they want to find out about those camps?
Certainly. They can go to girlscoutsmoheartland.com or .org, girlscoutsmoheartland.org, and get that information about our summer camp program.
Now, someone's watching and they may have a daughter who maybe is not a registered Girl Scout. Can they still attend those camps? Can they become a member and go to those camps?
Oh, definitely. There is not one single time when you have to register for a Girl Scout. Girls can become Girl Scouts at any point during the year. In fact, we have a lot of girls who do simply want to go to resident camp and don't register for Girl Scouts until closer to the time of summer camp.
Right. So there's a lot of ways you can be involved with Girl Scouts. Mary, you're involved in a troop. Your troop does a lot of activities. But you could have an individual who wants to join, like you say, for the camp.
Definitely. There are so many ways that girls can be involved in Girl Scouting. You can have the traditional troop membership that Mary is involved in, or we also have series, which are just short-term, typically 4 to 6 week events or programs that girls will attend. There are travel opportunities. Many of our older girls join to be a part of the travel program. We've got a group of Girl Scouts going to Europe here soon. And then, of course, there is the camp. And then there also is what we call the Girl Scout Juliet, which is where you're an individual and you are able to do any of the opportunities that you want to do, but you just don't have those scheduled troop meetings.
Right, so more of an individualized what they can fit into their
Exactly.
schedule and so forth. Well, you're part of a troop. What sort of activities does your troop do then on a regular basis?
We earn a lot of badges at our meetings, and we just finished our journey, Agent of Change.
What does that mean? Explain that for the audience. They might.
The Agent of Change was recycling and helping the earth, but also helping with friendship and a lot of exercising too.
So improving your life as well as helping others.
Yeah.
And tying everything together. So some common themes. And the vest you're wearing is what a junior Girl Scout would be wearing, your uniform of the day for today. Different symbols on it that represent the number of years you've served, and as you mentioned, badges. Badges have always been a traditional part of Girl Scouts. That continues to be so.
They certainly are, and the great thing about a badge is that it's a skill that a girl has learned. Juliette Gordon-Lowe would tell you that a badge is not decoration. It's representing what skills those girls had learned, and she used to always say that once a Girl Scout has earned that badge, that she should be able to tell you what that badge stood for and what skills she has learned. And that's truly what they're about. Girls are learning new skills throughout their process of earning the different badges that they achieve at the different age levels.
And you are a junior Girl Scout. So what age group, for our viewers who may not be familiar, what age group are juniors?
4th and 5th graders, so 10 and 11.
Okay. And prior to that, you still have the brownies for the younger? And then you have even younger than brownies today.
That's right. Girl Scouting is open to all girls in kindergarten through 12th grade. They start out as Girl Scout daisies, and they move on to brownies and juniors, and then they go forward to cadet, and then seniors, and then finally to ambassadors.
So all throughout their years in school, they can have those
Exactly.
opportunities. Were you a brownie as well before you started?
Yes, I've been in Girl Scouts since kindergarten.
So you're one of those who started young and continue to do so. Well, what do you enjoy the most about being in Girl Scouts and working with some of these activities maybe your troop is doing?
I like helping others and making new friends and helping the world become a better place.
We hear a lot about service, so you are serving the community in a lot of things that you are doing. And that's an important part of, Lori, what you're trying to instill in the young women?
It's a key part of what girls are doing. They're gaining their own courage, they're building confidence, and they're developing character. Girl Scouting is truly about giving back to the communities in which the girls live, whether that's through the council-wide service project, which is PAWS, which is where they collect items to give to local animal shelters, or whether they're working to receive one of Girl Scouts' highest awards, their Bronze, Silver, or the Girl Scout Gold Award. Our Girl Scout Gold awardees are required to give over 80 hours in service back to the community. So there's quite a bit involved in that. And you'll see our Girl Scouts out there, whether it's doing a food drive or collecting mittens during the holidays to give to area families, a variety of ways that girls give back.
So a lot of things that you can do, and you've done a lot of things already, even with your troop, as you have possibilities for the future, many things to look forward to. We're talking about back to the cookies, some cookie trivia, I guess I could call it. Thin Mint, still the most popular?
The Thin Mint is still the most popular cookie hands down.
So when people think of Girl Scout cookies, that's probably the first one they think of.
It is, and it is the one cookie that we have two bakers who bake Girl Scout cookies. It is the one cookie that has the exact same name for both bakers. It's the only cookie that has the same name for both bakers.
So that's why people who are watching, they might say, well, my grandchild lives here, and they call them something different. It's because of the baker. They
Exactly. It's from the two different bakers. The recipes are essentially the same. The taste is essentially the same, but the Thin Mint is the only one that can actually be called Thin Mint by both bakers.
So, and then there's a lot of things you can do other than just eat cookies. I know at times you have contests and programs that'll kind of show you some creative recipes with Girl Scout cookies.
Oh, definitely. There are so many great things that you can do with Girl Scout cookies. You know, the great thing about them is they freeze really well. So stock up because they're only available one time per year. And then you can use those cookies throughout the year to have either just a great cookie treat or also for a great recipe. I was mentioning that one of my favorite recipes involves the shortbread cookie, and it's actually a banana pudding recipe where you use the shortbreads instead of like vanilla wafers.
Oh, okay.
And it is quite tasty.
So good tasty crust for that.
And Mary was mentioning that she really likes Thin Mints as a shake, so that's another great opportunity or great idea for a recipe.
All right. So do you talk among your troopers? What are some things we can do with these cookies and try things out like that?
We have done that before, and we've come up with recipes. Well, one time we made smoothies, but they weren't with Girl Scout cookies. But then that's how I got the idea of kind of making a shake.
Put the cookies in and make a shake out of it. Well, I know the council has a lot of different promotional events during cookie season as well, and you have an event coming up in February tied into this?
We do. The national organization, Girl Scouts of the USA, has declared a National Girl Scout Cookie Weekend, and it is the weekend of February 27th through March 1st. It's going to be a very, very busy weekend. You're going to see lots of Girl Scout troops out in front of local businesses selling Girl Scout cookies, and they're also competing in a Bling Your Booth contest. So you're going to see lots of girls out there with pretty snazzy, fancy booths as they're selling you the Girl Scout cookies. We also have a gala that weekend on Saturday, February 28th. It's in Springfield. It's the Smart Cookies, a gourmet Girl Scout gala, and we're going to have professional chefs who are actually going to be creating the full meal with every dish will have Girl Scout cookies as one of the ingredients.
So if you're interested in what you can do with the Girl Scout cookies, that's a good opportunity.
Definitely.
Tying that. So they can find out about that through your website.
Most certainly.
Through the website. Well, I know you have a public service announcement that people may have seen on the television stations. I'd like to let our viewers see it in case they haven't seen it. It kind of ties together what we've been talking about a little bit, but let's let the people at home take a look at a little promotional spot for cookie sales. Okay. Okay, so as we saw there at the end, the girlscoutcookies.org is really the central location for information about cookies specifically.
Yes, you can go to girlscoutcookies.org and you can input your zip code, and you're going to be able to see, once our booth sales have started, which is the weekend of February 13th, local booth sales in your area. Oh, okay. And you can just jump in your car and drive to that local business. For now, since booth sales haven't started, it will direct you back to our website, and we can then connect you with a Girl Scout from your local area if you don't yet know a Girl Scout to place your order.
And your troop is planning to do a cookie booth? Or cookie booths, so you do it numerous times, right? Tell me what it's like to work at the cookie booths as people are coming and going from a business.
Well, I really like working at cookie booths. You meet some new people. You also see people you know. It can be kind of scary sometimes to ask people, but over the years I've gotten to be less scared of asking.
That builds your
people.
confidence. You get to know what it's like to talk to people and try to talk to them about the product and what you're selling. So that's one of the goals you've talked about, is building that confidence.
That's exactly right. Gaining those people skills. And it's super easy when you ask someone if they want to purchase something and they say yes. It instantly makes you feel better, but they're also learning that sometimes people say no. And that's a good skill to learn as well. It's good to be able to accept that offer of no and still say thank you to the customer for considering the purchase.
Right. And I know when you see cookie booths, there always seems to be a mother or a parent there. So you depend a lot on volunteers to help with a lot of these activities.
We do. We could not do what we do in Girl Scouting without our volunteers. 90% of what happens within the Girl Scout program happens in the local local area and is led by our Girl Scout volunteers. And we are always in need of additional volunteers. Whether you have a daughter who's interested in Girl Scouting or not, we are certainly looking for additional volunteers to help us with our Girl Scout program.
So what kind of things could a volunteer do? Maybe there's someone who's watching who has a little bit of time now. What types of things could they do?
We're looking for volunteers who can help us run those short-term series that might last only 4 to 6 weeks. We're looking for volunteers who maybe have a skill that they can then teach to our troop leaders, and they can then go on and teach that skill to their girls. Trainers are a huge need within our Girl Scout organization. We're looking for adults who have skills that they want to teach those skills to other adults. We're also looking for administrative volunteers. We can always use help in our offices doing a variety of tasks in the office as well. Another great way to be a volunteer with our organization is to be a board member. And again, that's strictly working with other adults, not working with the girls individually, but we're always seeking volunteers to help us with the Girl Scout program.
And you mentioned the board members, so for people, you are run as a nonprofit organization by a board of directors.
That is exactly right.
And so overseeing what the council is doing, helping work with the staff.
Setting our strategic goals, helping us with our vision, helping us with the budget, all of those different things that the board would be responsible for.
So there could be many opportunities if someone is a professional, wants to give back to their community, or maybe a retired professional.
Definitely. Maybe they were a Girl Scout growing up and they haven't been back involved with the organization. It would be a great time to reconnect.
Right. And how do they find out about those opportunities? Who should they contact?
Just, again, go to our website, girlscoutsmoheartland.org, and you'll find the contact information there.
Right. And of course, the Girl Scout leaders being a core of success in many places. You have leaders to help with your troop, working together. That they're there with you at the meetings and helping guide you through those programs.
That's exactly right. Now, we do, of course, have a background check process. We want to make sure that anyone who's volunteering with our organization is approved and is safe for our girls.
Right.
So there are a few steps to getting involved as a volunteer, and we do offer training as well. And the training can be done in person. It can be done over the phone. Some of the training can even be done online. We try to make the process as simple as we possibly can while keeping the safety of the girls as the utmost important thing.
Have you found that your leaders and working together have really helped you, mentor you, kind of be a leader for your troop as well?
Yes.
Girls?
My mom is actually our troop leader, but we have a bunch of other moms that we consider our co-leaders.
To pitch in and help out. Do you find that's common, that a lot of times you'll have multi-generational involvement in Girl Scouts? A mother has been a Girl Scout or wants to be a leader and brings a daughter.
And it's really neat to see. I've met grandmothers whose daughters and granddaughters are still involved in Girl Scouting, and they want that process to continue for future generations. So Girl Scouting is definitely a connected network, and it's a great opportunity for mothers to work with their daughters. Or again, if you don't have children and you just want to give back, then you can certainly be a volunteer with our organization.
To help out along those lines. Well, we're looking ahead to selling the cookies. You've already contacted a lot of people. You feel like you're well on your way to your goal of the 550?
Yes, I've sold about 300 boxes so far, and yeah.
So you're making good steps within the first, 2 weeks or so of sales.
You're doing great.
And what do you enjoy when it's time to deliver those cookies? A lot of people will do those pre-orders and you get that big list of names and so forth. Then the time when it comes to give them the cookies.
I like to deliver because it makes them happy to see me, and also they're happy to get their cookies too.
Right. The people are looking forward to that product that they've ordered and supporting it.
It is one of everyone's favorite times of year, is the Girl Scout cookie time.
And so as a Girl Scout, it's a favorite time of year, and for the customers, it's also a favorite time of year.
Definitely.
So, and Mary, we have on the website, and both for you and Lori, the website showing you how to, I guess this is your council website to get some information.
Yes.
And so you can see there's a lot of choices, and where people can find, and give us that website if people can't see it on the screen again. What do they look up?
girlscoutsmoheartland.org.
Okay. And there's also the Believe in Girls Expo coming up. We'll just briefly mention that. What does that involve?
That is a great opportunity for Girl Scouts, for their families to come and just spend a day with hands-on activities. We're going to have a variety of vendors who are going to have booths. We're going to have live entertainment throughout the day. Our Girl Scout shop is going to be there. We're going to have just a really great opportunity for girls and alumni and families to come and really enjoy the Girl Scout experience.
So really, Girl Scouting is truly a year-round activity. You're not just selling cookies in the winter and going to camp in the summer. Your troop keeps busy throughout the year?
Yes.
And so this is something that you can look forward to, these different activities. How about looking forward to summer camp? Are you already keeping in mind what I want to do this year?
Yes. It's hard for me to decide what summer camp I want to go to, but I have a couple.
And those choices are available on your website as well.
They are, and summer camp registration opens February 2nd. So if you find a session that you want to attend, get your registration turned in quickly because many of the sessions do fill up fast.
Right. And there are a lot of, as I said, specialized camps, or as you said, horseback riding, things that you used to think camping was just let's go out in the wood and pitch a tent and campfire. You have a lot of special themed camps for people.
We do, and there's a really fun camp this summer. It's the Me and My Gal camp. It's where you can come with your favorite Girl Scout and spend the weekend with other moms or grandmas or aunts or sisters and really have a good weekend at camp.
So there's a lot of different twists, a lot of different approaches to what you can do.
Most
bringing
definitely.
Camp together.
Yeah, check out our camp guide. It's called The Arrow. It's a new name this year.
Okay.
So if you're used to seeing just summer camp guide, this year it's called The Arrow, but it does have all the opportunities for resident camp.
And that'll have all throughout the council, those different camps. So
Exactly,
whether
for
it's in
all
Joplin or Springfield or across the state.
That's exactly right.
Okay, great. Well, Mary, if someone were to ask you, what is your favorite cookie, what would you say for that?
I like the peanut butter patties.
So they have that nice, describe that for me. If someone says, I'm a customer, tell me what the peanut butter patty tastes like.
They kind of taste like Reese's, the chocolate and peanut butter mixed together.
So it has that nice mix that if you like chocolate and you like peanut butter, you've got it all together in one cookie. So good sales pitch.
Definitely.
So it's getting that part of the sales, letting people understand the cookies that are involved. And I'd like to thank you, Lori, for bringing this, of course, the samples for people to see, but bringing this information so we can share it with the public and
thank you.
People can find out what's happening with
Thank
Girl
you for
Scouts.
supporting Girl Scouts.
Well, you're welcome. And I'd like to thank you for taking time today for the program. I know you've got a few weeks ahead of you for selling cookies, but it sounds like you're well on your way for reaching your goal this year. And I look forward to following up as we keep following up with the Girl Scout Council, the different programs that you have, and keeping the community informed.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And thank you, the viewers, for joining us this week on Newsmakers. I'm Judy Stiles. Hope you can join me again next week at the same time on the station. We'll see you then.